Welcome everyone to Acharya PU College Bridge Course Program. So today let us know some of the basics of biology. Before starting up, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Ashish Singh Chatrapati, Principal and Lecturer in Biology of Acharya PU College Kalaburagi. So that is about myself. So our college, we have started up the Bridge Course program for you all. So we will be giving the classes which is free of cost to you, right? So I hope you all are following the classes regularly, and also if you have any doubts, you can write us in the comment section. Let me introduce to the courses which we are running in our college. We have science and commerce courses. So physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology, the four subjects you will have to study in your academics for your first and second PUC, right? Along with the languages, English will be compulsory. Along with that, you will have to opt any one of the language. Like this is about the short information of the course which we have in our college. So let us start the biology, basics of biology. Already in your 10th classes, science as a subject, but when you opt in your PUC science as your career, you will be having physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology, as I have already mentioned in the previous section. Okay, so in your SSLC, science you used to study as a whole one complete paper. Here it is divided, like it is having each one of the paper. Science, there it was 100 marks paper for you. Here each one of the part what you studied as a science subject in your lower classes now will be 100 marks paper. Okay, so science in your SSLC you must have studied some part of physics, some part of chemistry and biology as well. Okay, so now moving further, here you all are good enough in your basic classes, I hope, right? So let me directly hit what is termed as biology. Biology is from a Greek word that is split into two. Bio means bios, to be precise, means life. Logos or logi refers to the study. To be particular, the study of life is termed as biology. The study of life is termed as biology. Okay, so here we use the term biology, but in other countries they don't use the term as biology. Instead, biology is otherwise termed as life sciences. It can also be termed as life sciences. Okay, so biology is a branch of science that deals with the study of life. So let me tell you, or you already know that, father of biology. Who is known as father of biology? It is Aristotle. Aristotle is known to be the father of biology, right? So again, to split, biology can be broadly categorized or can be studied. When I say life, living organisms, Okay, living organisms, not only we alone are not the living organisms, right? There are many living organisms around us on this biosphere. So the study of all those creatures, we call it as biology. We categorized living organisms earlier into plants and animals. We know that plants also are living structures. Of course, animals are also the animals, like living organisms. Okay, so biology can be studied under two main headings, or the branches of biology, what we call. Okay, so the branches of biology are the study of plants, you term it as botany, and the study of animals, you call it as zoology. You must have observed L-O-G-Y, logy, right? Means the study. Logy, logos, words refer, is a Greek word that refers to the study of life is biology. Study of animals is termed zoology. So this botany deals with the study of plants, zoology deals with the study of animals, right? Okay, now moving further, father of biology is Aristotle. Then this part, right, the study of plants, what we call botany. So father of botany is Theophrastus. Who's that? Theophrastus, the scientist named as Theophrastus. So this Theophrastus, he was a student of Aristotle. He was a student of Aristotle. So he was much more interested in studying plants. So he studied plants at a very in-depth analysis he has done. So he studied the characteristics, in detail characteristics of the plants, morphological characteristics. Okay, so father of zoology, is again Aristotle. Aristotle is known as the father of zoology. As I said that Theophrastus is known as father of botany. He studied the plants in detail. He characterized the plants as herbs, shrubs, and smaller plants he called it as herbs, bigger than that shrubs, and then the tall plants he categorized them as trees. So this was a classification in the study conducted by the Theophrastus, the father of botany, and he characterized all the plants, the characteristic study of the plants. He wrote in a book called as Historia Planetarium. Historia Planetarium. About 480 species of plants he has reported in that particular book. Biology, the term biology, where did it come from? So in earlier days the scientists did not use the way we used to know that what is biology. So biology, the term biology was first used by the scientist Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck. So this was a scientist popularly known as Lamarck. Lamarck is very important scientist. So you will be studying about him in your PUC syllabus when we study the evolutionary biology. Evolution, when we come across the evolution, so Lamarck's theory is one of the most important theory. Alright dear students, so here I would like to mention you one more important point, that biology is a science where it is completely a theoretical aspect. So you need to remember each and every terminology very particularly, right? So here I would like to introduce some of the important terms or the branches of biology, you can say, to be very precise. So these are the definitions what I have presented before you on the board, so you can make a note of it, right? So one by one, let me highlight the field of that particular science which deals with different like study of plants, we said, botany, study of animals, we said, zoology, likewise the study of microorganisms, we call it as microbiology. The same way, here is the list, some of the list, I'll just highlight some of the important branches of biology. Let us see one by one. Anatomy is the study of internal structures of plants or animals after the dissection. So after dissecting out, we will be studying the internal structures of that particular organism. That branch of biology we refer it to as anatomy, right? Then biochemistry. So chemistry goes hand in hand with biology. So to understand biology, you need to have a basics of chemistry as well, right? So chemistry integrated with biology, bio and chemistry. This is a combination of two words, bio and chemistry. So the study of chemistry of living matter. Chemistry, when I say, in our body also we do have the chemical reactions taking place, right? So the chemical composition, the nature of the chemicals and the formation of those, mode of formation of those chemicals in the body of an living organism. So the branch of biology that deals with that part is termed as biochemistry. Cytology is the study of structure of cell and their organelles. So you know our body is made up of the smallest unit, that is what we call the unit of life, is what we call cell. This is the smallest entity of the living organism, like without which there is no life. Okay, so this cell, the study of cell and their organelles. When I say the word organelle, like our body, like it is made up of millions of cells. So these cells, when they unite, they form a tissue, tissues form an organ leads to formation of an organism. The same way, cells also have the structures, what we call tiny structures, the organs of the cell, we call them as organelles. Okay, so then I think these all terms you are already aware, in your lower classes you already have come across. So the branches of biology. So here these definitions what I am presenting before you are not only with regard to your bridge course or the basics, These will also be helpful in the competitive examinations after your +2, right? So ecology is the study of relationship between organism and the environment. What is ecology? Ecology is a study of relationship between the organism and the environment. So the surrounding of the living organism with which it interacts, the relationship with the establishment of the relationship between the organism and its environment, the study we call it as ecology. So endocrinology. What is endocrinology? Endocrinology refers to the study of endocrine glands. You must be knowing what is hormones. Hormones are the chemical messengers, right, which are released into our body. So the study of endocrine glands and the hormones and their action in the body is termed as endocrinology. Then what is evolution? As I've already introduced the word evolution. Evolution is the study of origin of life. How did the life originate on this earth? There's a story behind. You'll be studying in your PU regular syllabus, right? How does the life how did the life came into existence? What were the first life forms called, right? How did the formation of cell took place? The study of all that is termed as evolution. Okay, so and the gradual differentiation took place in the smallest living form, then the development took place in that particular organism only. So that part we call it as evolution. Then histology, the study of tissues. So with the help of microscope, the study of internal structures, and that too when you are studying at tissue level, right, using microscope, that is called histology. Okay, so these are some of the important definitions or the branches of biology, right? I hope you can make a note of it by making the video pause, right? You can easily make a note of it. Okay, we'll move further. All right. Okay, students, moving on further. So some more important branches of biology. So immunology. So these days we are continuously hearing this word, what we call immunity, because of the COVID-19 outbreak. So everybody says that boost up your immunity. What is this? Immunity. Immunity is the resistance power. Immune means to fight against. Fight against what? Any infection. The branch of biology that deals with the study of resistance to infection exhibited by an organism is termed as immunology. So previous previous part of the chapter, we have seen the study of internal structures. We define it as anatomy. So likewise, the external structures we are studying, external features of an living organism we are studying, then that branch we call it as morphology. The morphology is defined as the study of external features of an organism, right? So then moving on to what is meant by physiology. Physiology, right? Example like digestion, respiration, right? Excretion. These all are the mechanism, normal like processes that takes place in the living organism. Normal processes by the organ system, exhibited by an organ system. That is defined as physiology. The branch of biology that deals with the normal functioning of the various parts of the organisms, that is termed as physiology. Then what is taxonomy? So we know, right? So the scientific name of humans is Homo sapiens, right? That is a scientific name. What we define it is they split it in 2 words. About that we will be studying in the next coming videos, right, when I discuss the first chapter of your first PUC, right, which is about the classification. Right, there are numerous organisms available on this planet. Right, plants there are n number of varieties, animals there are n number of varieties. What group it belongs to? The systematic study of classification of organisms and the relationship between them. When do we come to know that these 2 organisms are similar? When we group them, right? The science that deals with the study of this classification, grouping, what we call, and the study of relationship, evolutionary relationship we call, right? So the study of classification of organisms and their evolutionary relationships, we call it as taxonomy. So that's all for today's class. So for more classes like this, please do watch our channel and promote it with your friends. Share the video, like our channel, subscribe our channel, and keep learning. Thank you.